voice range blending exercise would be to use vowels that you're doing. It would be a step 4 exercise where there's multiple notes and vowels, right? So I'd do the you don't have to do your whole range, but I would do it around all around the area where it actually is on there. And then when we said goodbye, that made it so much easier for me. It felt really easy to me. Let's try to do it for you. Let's you can't keep the same place. See, have your lips and the resonant has to be so much forward that have your lips kind of draw the sound out right here. Yeah. And where it's just is closer to your speech, right? Speaking. That's closer.
Yeah, okay.
Let's do that together. Let's go here. Good. You made the right adjustments and everything. Good job. Now let's do when we said goodbye. Ready? When we said goodbye. Wasn't that so much easier? Mm-hmm. And I know you couldn't even have more vibrato than that, but that was gorgeous still. Remember me every so often. Pretend you're only singing vowels even though you're adding consonants. Remember me every so often. Remember, it's the start of the passaggio range, so it's not quite as forward as like this high of a note, but it's starting there. It's kind of like, you know how you start going just slightly nasally in your chest voice there, or in your classical voice. It's just slightly nasally there, except instead of nasally, it's forward. It's just more forward. It's a touch of forward. It's not completely forward. It's a touch of forward. There. Yeah, you did it. It's just the touch of it. I would write that down. A touch of forward on the ah. Because yes, you're forward here, but this range, the main focus is not forward. Unless you're comparing it to your chest. Then it's a little more forward. But yeah, this range, I stay away from even talking about forward. Because it needs more richness in this lower mid. But the passaggio, it's about your lips. It's very much about your lips and your passaggio. Okay. Good. Now let's compare it to good. More woo. Go lean into your lips on ooh. Yes. And then yeah. Now let's go. Just wow. Just good. More ah here. And then remember top note. More lips. That is how you transition between those 3 points. Okay? Where it's just barely getting into this register, and then your full flourish in here, and then this completely different register. Ooh, think speech. Then you get into this range. You think a touch of forward. Then this one, lips. Yes.
Okay.
Does that help?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
that
awesome.
does.
Let's start at the beginning with words. Think of me.
Think of me fondly when we've said goodbye. Remember me remember. Stop and think of me. Think.
I'm just pointing to my
Okay.
lips to
All
remind
right.
you.
I thought that's what you were doing.
Yep.
Okay. Think of August.
Yeah, just all you have to do is form the vowel and then direct it to your lips. Yep.
Okay.
You can also do think of. She does do of. That is also an option. So it depends if you're doing more Americanized or if you're doing more.
Instead of
British.
or of.
So you can do
Think.
think of. That's acceptable in American English, but she on the movie especially does think of, where she puts ah behind. So you could do either or. Both are good. Both are healthy. Which one would you prefer?
So is one more or is
Yeah.
it just a different?
So you
a
can
different
literally
shape of
you could it's of in two different shapes of that work for this and that are still good with your resonance.
Think of.
Yep. Or the ah version.
Think of.
Yeah.
Of.
The ah is more resonant out of the two, but both work. Okay, let's try it with the ah.
Okay. Think of August.
Don't even think think ah.
Think of. I thought I was doing all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and that's the point. Is it is supposed to sound like of. So
Mhm.
you thinking ah is gonna still come out as of, and even if you do ava, that's still gonna come across to the audience as of.
Okay.
So that either way, but the ah seems to have more resonance for you,
Okay.
and probably in general. So let's keep that. Okay. Stop and
Think of me. Think of August.
remember, it's not prep where you go. You're not pushing up. You're going. Ah, I'm already up there.
Okay.
Think.
Think of.
Now direct the sound to your lips. Now.
Think of.
Now your turn.
Think of August.
Yeah. Think of the ah. The shape of the actual vowel is the back of your mouth, right? The ah on the tongue, right?
Okay.
The ah, right?
Okay.
Then the sound wants to come to your lips. So when you're that big, your lips aren't going right? They're not going right? So think about the corners of your mouth because that's all that will be left in place there. Think of. Do that?
Think of.
Yeah. Do you see that? Now
Okay.
do even more ah.
Think of.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can even get away with more ah.
Think
Ah.
of.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can. Yeah. Do you feel how much control you have over that now?
Okay.
Okay, let's do stop and think.
Stop and think of me. Think of August when
Good.
the
Think of 2 notes. Now think of. Don't rush it. That was pretty good. That was good. Think, stop and think.
Stop and think of me. Think of.
You can do of, but I would add more off.
Think of August when the trees were green.
Good. Tree.
Tree.
Yeah. That's once again, it's so open already that you want to direct more attention here.
Trees were green. Don't think about the way things might have been. Think of me. Think of me waking.
Saw. Waking. You can slide the vowel too. Way. But it just needs to be on purpose. Waking.
Waking.
Good. Now the trick here is W is a double vowel. Right?
Yeah.
So if you go
Waking.
waking, and you start phonating on ooh, waking, you have all the resonance you need for the rest of the phrase.
Okay.
As long as you're directing it to the eh. The eh is the most important. But if you start phonating through the ooh, it'll be cool. Ooh plus eh, and eh should be the best, the most highlighted, and the e obviously is where you go. Yeah, you had to fix the e. Good. Notice how we had to first smooth out ooh and eh, and then it fixed it. Now that's super resonant.
Oh, E. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird thinking inversely of W's as a vowel.
Waking.
Waking. Think of me waking.
Think of me waking.
Good. Now with the right support. Waking.
Waking.
There.
Waking.
Good. Good. I like how you didn't tighten it too tight. That was good. Think of me.
Think of me waking. Silent and resigned.
Re.
Re.
Yeah, it's like kind of between an eh and an e. See how that helps? Kind of thinking about both vowels. Yeah,
Okay.
that one's a weird one. Especially that high, it's modified. So you can't do, you don't want resign. It's too piercing in a,
Okay.
not a pleasing way. So
Okay.
re, I. You want to put I there, and then just a slight hint of e. Resigned. Also, notice when you remember how they don't like it when the sopranos pop up when they all of a sudden shoot up to a high note. In
Yeah.
fact, they usually like the opposite to show finesse.
Mm-hmm.
Well, re is in between re and e. So you can do, if you need to be lazy about it, resign is okay. But I would do re. You're shaping like an e, but you're saying I at the same time. And so another way you can work that out if it's confusing is resigned. If you can find a strong, softer vowel, a strong dotted vowel is what we'll call it.
Okay.
So that one is definitely a cross between. It's not a. It's just I. It's in between. It's an in between vowel, but that will help soften it too naturally, and keep it while keeping it super resonant. See, it's really easy to control. Try it. More E now. There, that's a good balance. Now let's go soft. Good. Do you see that?
Okay.
It's easier to get softer on that one. Just naturally from the vowel.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so I think we're making really good progress in your passaggio range today. I think today was more of a passaggio day. I want you to also, the two main focuses that we had today was the passaggio range, and then transitioning between your low mid, and your low passaggio to mid high passaggio. Because once you hit the passaggio, there's more and more transitions faster, right?
Yeah.
So the low passaggio cannot be treated the same as the higher passaggio.
Okay.
And we kind of came up with a terminology for you, which is kind of like a touch more forward, ah, and then this one just barely a touch, because right here we're not focusing on getting super forward now. We don't. In fact, we even might need to back off on the forward on your low mid range. But the minute you get here, just a touch of forward, and make sure that this is woken up in the back, so you're still shaping the vowel, especially on ah. And then up here, the transition we need is getting to our lips. So most of the times that means ooh, 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 but for ahs and like where you're more open, it's the corners of your mouth that help the most. You can also help with the lip too, but it's the corners of the
Yeah,
mouth are your
that made a
new
big
lip.
difference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Okay.
Awesome. Very productive lesson.
Thank you.
You sound great.
No.
You do.